morning, students. In today's class, we continue with the numericals for exercise 3E. In the previous lecture, children, I had solved 10 numericals of this particular exercise. Okay, so in today's class, we resume solving the numerical problems and I pick up the 11th numerical problem. I just read out the numerical. Children, remember in these numerical problems, when you read the numerical, for your better understanding, you can support your numerical with the help of a diagram. Okay, that is for your reference, right? Now, I read out the 11th numerical. In this question, it has been given that a ball is thrown vertically upwards. Now, when a ball is thrown vertically upwards, children, we know that the value of V is 0, but U has a value, right? And when anything is thrown vertically upwards, the value of G, that is acceleration due to gravity, will be considered to be negative because it is opposite to the direction of the force of gravity of the earth. Okay, and it has been given that it moves to a height of 20 meters, right? The value of G is also provided to us to be 10 meters per second square. You need to find out the value of the initial velocity U. You need to find out the value of final velocity when the ball, after moving up, reaches back to the ground, right? So that I've considered as case 2, when it reaches down, and case 1 is when it moves up. When it moves up, children, the value of V will be 0 and G will be negative. And when it moves downwards, the value of U will be 0 and G will be positive. This is very, very important for you to remember this, right? And you're also supposed to find out the total time of the journey of the ball, that is going up and coming down, the total time, right? First of all, we use the equation of motion V square minus U square is equal to 2GH in case 1. Why do we use this equation, children? Because we need to find out the value of U. The value of V we know, and the value of G also we know, right? And H also is known to us. So I substitute all the values. 0 square minus U square is 2 into Y minus 10, children, because G is negative. The ball is moving upwards, right? And the value of H is given to be 20 meters. After I solve this, my value of U comes to 20 meters per second. You can see, children, U square is 400. So when I remove the square, this becomes the square root, and therefore I get 20 meters per second, right? Now, after I get the value of U, I take case 2 in order to find out the value of V, okay, on reaching the ground. So I consider case 2. I again use the equation of motion V square minus U square is 2GH for case 2. When I need to find out V square, of course, U is 0 because it is starting from the topmost point downwards, and the value of G is positive because it is towards the force of gravity of the earth. Again, the value, when I work out the value, it works to 20 meters per second. That is the value of V on reaching the ground. And ultimately, when I want to find out time, it is the total time. Now, it's up to us, children, whether we want to use case 1 or case 2. So I have chosen case 2. You can even choose case 1 to find out in order to find out the time, one-sided time. You can choose any one out of the two cases. Now V is equal to U plus GT. I have considered the downward motion of the ball. Again, for the downward motion, I have already found out the value of V to be 20, U is 0, G is positive, children, downwards, and T I can find out. It works out to 2 seconds. Therefore, the total time will be, one-sided time is 2. So, the total time will be 2 upwards and 2 downwards, that is 2 plus 2, 4 seconds. Right, children? So, this is how you find out the total time of the journey of the ball. Right? Now, we move on to the next numerical, that is the 12th. In this, it has been given that a body is dropped downwards from the top of a tower. Now, drop down means U is 0, right? G is positive. What else is given to us? It is falling at a speed of 20 meters per second. That is the value of V. You are supposed to find out the height, or you have to supposed to find out the height of from which the body is falling downwards, right? For that, we will use the formula V square minus U square is 2GH. Why? Because in this case, we don't know the value of T. So, we will use an equation of motion which does not have T. Right? We know V, we know U because the ball is falling from top. So, value of U is 0 and G is positive, right? When I calculate, the value of H comes to 20 meters, right? It was a easy numerical. Now, we go to the 13th one. A ball is thrown vertically upwards. Now, the ball is thrown upwards. So, V will be 0 and G will be negative, children. This should be very, very clear to you, right? And what else is given? It returns back in total time. T total time is 6 seconds, means it goes up and comes down in 6 seconds. You are supposed to find out the height to which it reaches. You are supposed to find out the value of u, and you have been given the value of g to be 10 meters per second square, right? Initial velocity has to be found out and greatest height. We use the formula v is equal to u plus gt, children, in case 1. Right? Now, what is v? 0. U we want to find out, and it is negative g because it is going upwards, right? So, it will be g, that is minus 10 into t. Total time is 6. So, naturally one-sided time is 3. So, I multiply, the value of u works out to 30 meters per second, children. So, I have found out the initial velocity, right? Now, I come to find out the value of h. For that, I'll use the formula v square minus u square is 2gh, children. V square, again I'm only considering this upper motion. V square is 0 square, u square I have found out, 30 the whole square is 2 into minus 10 because the motion of the ball is upwards against the force of gravity. So minus 10 into h. I get 900, minus 900 is minus 20h, and negative signs get cancelled. The value of h is 45 meters, right? Okay, children. Now, we go to the 14th numerical problem, children. I'll read out the numerical for you. Okay, here it is given a pebble is thrown vertically upwards. So the pebble goes up, value of v is 0 and g is negative because it is moving against the force of gravity, children, right? What else is given in this question? You have been given the value of initial speed 20 meters per second, and the time taken to reach up is 2 seconds. The value of g is 10 meters per second square. It is given in the question. You need to find out the value of h, right? Now, in order to find out the value of h, children, we can use the equation of motion. S is equal to ut plus half gt square, because in this we have all these values. We don't have the value of v. So, we use this equation. Instead of s, I use h because that's the distance, height. 20 is the value of u, 2 is the time, minus because the ball is moving, the pebble is moving upwards against gravity. So, it will be negative value g. Half into 10 into t square is 2 the whole square, 4. When I calculate this and work out the values, the value of h, that is the height, is 20 meters, right? Now we come to the 15th numerical problem. How long will a stone take? Now how long means you need to find out the time. Will a stone take to fall to the ground, right? So the value of u is 0 and it is falling towards gravity. So the value of g will be positive. Okay, so it is given that how long will it take to fall to the ground from the top of a building whose height is given to be 80 meters, and also what are you supposed to find out? You are supposed to find out the value of v, and the value of g is given to be 10 meters per second square. Now, as we need to find out the value of v, okay, and also t. So, I cannot use any equation which has a t because I need to find out the time, right? So, I'm going to use the third equation of motion which does not have time factor in it. So, it will be v square minus u square is 2gh. I substitute the values. V square I don't know. U square is 0 square because it is starting from top, from rest. 2 into positive g because it is falling downwards, right? And into 80, which is the height given. When I calculate this, it comes to v square is 1600. Now, when I want to find out the value of v, it is under root of 1600 and that is 40 meters per second, children. So, the value of v calculated is 40 meters per second. Now, I need to find out the time taken. So, for that, I will use the formula v is equal to u plus gt. I have already found the value of v, 40, u is 0, g is positive 10 into t. Very easily, I work out the value of t and it comes to 4 seconds. Right, children? Okay, you can see everywhere the same logic has been applied. What is the logic, children? That when anything falls downwards, the value of g is positive and u is 0. And when anything is thrown upwards, the value of v is 0 and g will be taken as negative. Okay. Now we go to the 16th numerical problem. I read it out for you, children. A body falls from the top of a building. So again, I have used the logic u is 0 and g will be positive, right? And it reaches the ground in 2.5 seconds, right? That is the time. How high is the building? And the value of g is 9.8 meters per second square given. You are supposed to find out the value of h. Now, we will use the equation of motion. S is equal to ut plus half gt square, because I have all these values with me. So I use h because distance traveled is height. So h is equal to u is 0 because it is starting from rest, into 2.5 plus half into positive 9.8 because it is falling downwards, into 2.5 the whole square. I have removed the decimal. It works out to 625 upon 100, and this also I have removed the decimal here. You can see 9.8, so I got it 98 upon 10. When I do this calculation, the value of height works out to 30.6 meters, children. Right? Okay. Fine. Now we move to the 17th numerical. A ball is thrown vertically upwards. You can see the ball is thrown upwards. So I have applied the logic that V is 0, because when anything is thrown up, it comes to rest for a few milliseconds when it reaches on the top. So V is 0 and G is negative because it is against the force of gravity, children. The value of U is given to be 49 meters per second in the question. It has been given that it is moving with the velocity. So that is U. You have been given the value of G also to you. You need to find out two things, children. One is the height to which the ball is raised, or it moves up to what height, h, and the total time that is going up and coming down, both. Right? So first of all, I'll use the equation of motion. V square minus U square is 2GH. Why am I using this equation, children? By now you must have understood, because the value of t is not given. You cannot use V is equal to U plus GT. Neither can you use S is equal to ut plus half gt square, because the value of t is not specified to us. So I will use V square minus U square is 2GH. Whatever values I know, 0 square minus 49 the whole square is 2 into G will be negative because it is thrown upwards, into H. From here, when I do the calculations, 49 into 49, and I take this the other side, negative signs cancel, and the value of H works out to 122.5 meters, children. This is the value of the height to which the ball is raised, right? After this, now I have the value of H. I can find out the value, I need to find out the value of time. So I will use V is equal to U plus GT. V is 0, right? Because I have taken this up motion, right? V is 0. U is 49 minus, because negative, it is moving against gravity, 9.8 into T. From here, the negative signs cancel because they are on both the sides, and the value of T is 5 seconds, children. 5 seconds. I remove the decimal. I multiply and divide and I get it as 5 seconds. But that is from ground to the top, 5 seconds. And they have asked us the total time of the journey of the stone from down upwards and then returning back. So it will be twice the time. That is 2 into 5 or 5 plus 5, and that works out to 10 seconds. Right, children? So I have solved till the 17th numerical problem, children, today. Okay. I want you to go through these numericals on your own and try solving them independently. Okay. And the doubts I will take up in the interaction class with you tomorrow. But we are just left with 3 more numericals. I don't want to rush up, children. I will be doing and covering those 3 numericals in the next class. Okay. Fine. Thank you very much.